Hello everyone, you're watching Victor's channel on YouTube. Nice to see you again. Today I'm going to answer a question I received as a private message. Someone asked me how is our training, what do we learn during our training, how long does it take? So I'm going to try to cover all those aspects. Welcome to my channel. So in the airline where I work for, our training takes about 4 weeks. Some airlines could be longer. Usually depends on how many type of aircraft you're going to fly. I'm lucky I only fly one type of aircraft. I used to fly two, but now it's only one. So 4 weeks is pretty much what's necessary to cover most of it. The first part of the training is pretty much general about aviation security. So we're going to talk about what to do in case of emergency, what are the procedures that should be followed, and follow all the international regulations, but also the country-specific regulation where our airline is based. We're going to learn a lot about emergency equipment, so how to use equipment, but also how to check it's still ready to be used. So that's the first thing we get on board. We check if our oxygen bottles are full, our fire extinguishers are full, the torch are all charged and everything. So how to do the checks, and it's also sometimes make sure they're here and the quantity required number available, and also how to make sure they're usable. And that will cover the first part. So every single day we have an exam about what we studied the day before, and then we need to pass. It's between 80 to 90% minimum that we need to reach to pass. If we don't pass, we're just out, so we have to find another job. During the first week, we're also going to cover all the medicals. So we have a quite intense first aid training, because remember, we're on a plane, we're in the middle of the ocean, and we have to deal with unexpected birth or many kind of other funny things like this. So the good thing, we can always page for doctor. We're most likely to have one on board, but you can also have a doctor online, and we've got quite some heavy drugs, so we cannot give the drugs directly, but we need to know how to deliver them if we're required to give them, if there's no doctor or a nurse or medical help on board. Also during the first week we talk about survival, so what's happening in emergency. We have to land in the middle of Antarctica or in the middle of a desert, so we need to have some knowledge around that, and also again all the emergency procedures that we have to do in case of something unexpected. So that's the first week. The second week we'll start again, pretty much the same thing, but everything that's specific to the aircraft we're going to fly. So as I said, I fly the 787 Dreamliner, so I need to know all my equipment location. So if there's a fire starting, I know right away where are my nearest fire extinguishers. If I need oxygen for someone, I need to know where I can find an oxygen bottle and some available mask for this passenger, and when I can get another bottle in case I need a second one, etc. So locations, how to use the equipment that's specific to this aircraft. Another example is the door. When I was flying the 767, the door opens up. Where I fly the Dreamliner, the door open on the side. So every aircraft is a little bit different. The way to arm, the way to disarm it, what I have to do in case the slide doesn't inflate if I have an emergency. All those stuff will need to be covered. And also we'll cover the drills. So in case we have decompression, what do I do and how do I do it on this specific aircraft? It's different from one aircraft to another. Of course we grab the nearest oxygen mask, but how do I check that oxygen is flowing? On the old mask, on the old aircraft, it's a different sign, it's something on the tube, where on the Dreamliner it's an LED in the ceiling. So I need to know all those things instantly in case of an emergency. That covers week 2. Week 3, we talk about service. So how we deliver the product on board. That means how we deliver the food, how we run the galley, how we deliver economy versus premium economy versus business premier, business class. So it's all different, and we need to learn all that because the protocol is very different. The service flow has been designed differently. And then the last week, it's also quite intense. So first we'll cover human factors. Human factors will be everything between relation between the crew and the flight deck, between the flight deck and other partners. So it could be engineers, it could be air traffic controls. So we'll learn also about the mistakes that have been made in the past, so we can avoid doing them again. And then we also do some self-defense, which is quite useful in case we have some very unruly passengers, so how to use the handcuffs and everything. So that covers the initial training, and after we do more on board, but that's everything we do on the ground. Then every year we still have to remain current. So every year we have emergency procedures, we call them EPs. So we go back to the training center, we have to pass exams about equipment, about location of equipment, about drills, and about our door, how we use the door. Then every second year we do first aid recurrent, to make sure we're current on first aid and we haven't forgot everything we've learned. Every year also we have to do human factors, and then we'll also do first security. So I call it Kung Fu. This is where you do self-defense again. So that covers everything that we do on the ground, and there's more on board. We do a lot of coaching and extra training that exists, which is language training. If you fly to a new destination, you can get a basic knowledge of the language that's going to be used there. There's a lot of other trainings on the side that exist. So I hope that answered the question I received. If you have any more questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below. If you like the video, put a thumb up. If you haven't subscribed, if you'd like to know more about airlines, watch the other videos that I've posted in the past, or just subscribe to the channel and it will be much more, one pretty much every week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.